So a good lineup here set to go in heat race number 1. Again, we'll give the guys a couple of laps here. Okay, the 1 lap to go signal was given the field that time by 8 laps of distance. Again, remember the top 4 move into the A main. Brian Markham will lead him to the cone down the bottom of turn number 4. He's there. Green flag's out. Here we go. First heat race off and underway. And flying number 10, grabbing the early lead off of turn number 4. Second spot is King. Smith in number 3 spot with Kern running 4. And the field stretches out single file now as Blonde in the 10 begins to open up the advantage over the 78 of King. Rodney Duncan in car number 22 out of the transfer spot as he tries to reel into number 28 of Kern. The advantage stays about the same. Blonde by himself up front. King still in number 2 spot. Danny Smith running 3rd. Kern trying to hang on to the final transfer spot. Now Todd Kane starts to draw in on your leader Blonde. Going to have a battle for the lead. Kane takes a piece of the bottom side of 3 and 4 off before they come. Kane now going to look low again down in turns 1 and 2. Kane trying to get the fight off at 2. They bang down the back straightaway. Kane going to try and dive underneath them down in turn number 3. Off the 4, King will grab the lead. Here comes Danny Smith. Smith now works the bottom inside Blonde. Smith grabs second. White flag out. They go down the back straightaway for the final time in turn number 3. Up to turn number 4. Chapman flag out. Todd Kane. Danny Smith second. Blonde 3rd. And Kern hangs on to number 4 spot. All right, that was worth it. There he is, your winner of heat race number 1, Todd Kane in car number 78. In the second spot going to Danny Smith, Jason Blonde 3rd, and Tim Kern in the number 4 spot. Same rules apply. 8 laps, top 4 go to the A. Sure, Saldana hoping he can just go ahead and transfer out of the heat race and avoid all the mess that happened last weekend. We'll see what happens. Here they come. On their way to front row. Car started number 2, Rose Schroeder, and Saldana jump up front. Saldana will be lap number 1. Excuse me, Schroeder up front. Saldana number 2 spot. 3rd spot is number 63, Greg Wilson. Now Alvin Rucky trying to take the 4th spot from Neitzel, and he will do it. So you got Schroeder up front in the white number 17. Saldana looking good in the number 2 spot. Rucky comfortably in number 4 position. Saldana now starting to close the gap on Schroeder. Joey Saldana in the red number 17. Closing into about 4 car lengths on your leader Schroeder. 3rd and 4th place pretty secure right now as Clark is up in 5th in car number 8. Already your leader coming up on slower traffic. Schroeder dives down the inside and about scares the heck out of Pittman. Shoots him up the racetrack, and that allows Schroeder to put a little bit of a gap between himself and Saldana. But here comes Saldana back at him. Schroeder trying to hang on now. Saldana takes a look to the outside. Schroeder goes bottom. Saldana, the rear end. A red glow here. They come in. And Schroeder at the line. Saldana second. Third spot will go to Wilson. And fourth spot to the 99 of Alvin Repke. Check out the rear end of the 17 of Saldana. That thing's heated up. So again, your top four transferring. Schroeder, your winner. Second spot going to Saldana. Third to Wilson, the 63. And fourth to the 99 of Alvin Repke. Heat race number 3. Motive Group providing the pace truck this year. A fine looking machine. It drops down the speedway and we are set to go. They start to rev them up, they wind them up, here they come. Look out, a couple of cars getting together down in turn number 1. Look like Leonard Lee, the 15 and the number 9 of Tracy Hoover. I'll have to check out Lee's car, make sure it looks like all the tires are up. Johnston in the third row. And making up the back row, Cockrell and Keegan. Well, this all be interesting. Keep your eyes on the X as he tries to go from back to front, and here we go. Chad Kemenow grabs her and Lee with Leonard Lee in the number 2 spot. Rocky Allen running third. Here comes Keegan up to 4th. Just like that, Keegan goes outside of the 7X of Rocky Allen, and he's going to redraw on the A main. So Chad Kemenow, about a half a straightaway advantage over the 16 of Leonard Lee. Keegan still runs third. Rocky Allen trying to hang on to the final transfer spot with Ed Neumeister behind him. Cheney, the 57, going back to the pit area. Now Keegan has drawn a feed on the number 2 spot as he works Leonard Lee. This time off in turn number 4, white flag out, 1 to go for your leader, Kemenow. Lee trying to hang on to second, Keegan trying to find a way around him. Off in turn number 4, it'll be Kemenow, your winner, second spot over the Lee. Keegan finishes third. Now we'll see who gets the final transfer spot. Neumeister ducks underneath the 7X of Allen. Off the 4, it'll be Eddie Neumeister. So Chad Kemenow in car number 15 picking up the win in heat race number 3. Leonard Lee finishing in the number 2 spot. Third spot going to the X of Keegan. And your final transfer car, the 11N of Ed Neumeister. Jacobs in the 1F. He had a runner-up finish here last Friday night. He's going to do this deal as long as he can. Of course, running the Ashworth machine for All-Stars shows and just going to try to run his own equipment here on Friday nights if there's not a conflict with an All-Stars show. Good to see Paul Weaver back out there in the white 8S. We'll see how they do. Here they come. Oh yeah, you know where Jacobs was going to go. Right to the top side and around the rim he goes up front. Jacobs up front, Ivy in the number 2 spot, Morgan third, and Weaver in the number 4 position. Now Weaver shoots to the outside of the 21 of Morgan for the number 3 spot. Oh, Jacobs out flying around the top side of the racetrack. Ivy second, Weaver and Morgan. Now Scott Miller in the 5M trying to move up to a transfer spot, and he does. Whoa, picks the front end up over turn number 2. Miller in the final transfer position. So Jacobs, Ivy, Weaver, and Miller, your top 4. White flag coming out, 1 to go as the 18 car takes a trip through the infield area. Stanley, the 18. Coming down to turn number 3, off at turn number 4, backs off the checkered out. Jacobs will win it, Ivy will come home second. Weaver will finish third. And the 4th spot will go to Scott Miller in the 5M. So again, your 4 transferred cars finishing 4th, the 5M of Scott Miller. 3rd spot going to the 8S of Paul Weaver. 2nd to the 5I of John Ivy. And your winner, heat race number 4 in the 1F, Dean Jacobs. Pace truck is off and we're ready to go. First of 3 in the Econo Sprint Division. Riding ball takes him to the cone and here we go. So far, so good. Detweiler up front in car number 3D. Or excuse me, Gibson up front in car number 3. Gibson your leader, but Armbruster in the 73 goes the outside and grabs the lead. Look out, here comes Linder in the 312. He's got Bill Kralik outside of him in the 71. Armbruster showing the way around. But Linder now in the number 2 spot. So Linder from the number 6 spot to 2nd. Here comes Vaccaro into 4th. Armbruster gets up high in turn number 2. That allows Linder to shoot behind the inside. Linder takes the lead away from Armbruster. Here's your battle for 3rd. Bill Kralik and Troy Vaccaro. Vaccaro down to the bottom and will move up into number 3 spot. So it's Linder up front, Armbruster 2nd, Vaccaro 3rd, Kralik 4th. Your leader will get the white flag, 1 to go. Final lap for Linder. Off for 4, and Linder will win it. 2nd spot will go to Armbruster over Vaccaro with Kralik 4. Now he's your 2-time defending track champion and picks up the win in heat race number 1. Mike Linder. Get Armbruster 2nd. Vaccaro with the number 3 spot, and Bill Kralik, your number 4 position. Okay, 8 laps. Well, let's see what happens. Here we go. Hogan will grab the early lead down the back straightaway, and he'll lead him off into number 4. Hogan up front, Blaker in the number 2 spot in car number 8J. Keegan runs third in the K60. Bobby Foster from the back of the pack in the number 1 is up to the 5th. Oh, 3-car battle up front. Hogan, Blaker, and Keegan all run the bottom side of the racetrack. Potter and Foster trying to come up, make it a 5-car battle. Keegan has to get on the binders on the backstretch. Hogan still up front, halfway done, 4 in, 4 to go as your lead cars come on a slower traffic. That slows Keegan up just a hair. Now Blaker looks outside, now inside of Hogan. Still can't get around. Oh, look out! Blaker gets up into Hogan, yellow flag. That might have given Hogan a flat left rear too. So we may have lost our top 2 cars. It sure looks like it. That might not be all that's wrong on the 75. Looks like the 11 gonna call it quits for this. Okay, they'll go green at the cone in the backstretch. So Foster now in the number 2 spot. As they come off their turn number 4, white flag up, 1 to go, it's Keegan. All Jody Keegan in this one. As he will come off at turn number 4 and take the win. Foster will finish second, 3rd spot to Potter. And 4th to Blaker with Hoffman in the number 5 spot, so she will transfer into the A main. Okay, we are set to go. Your 2 sprint B mains will follow this Econo Sprint Heat Race. Well, they stay nice and tight off at turn number 4. It'll be Chris Lang, your leader, Megan in the number 2 spot. Whoa, head trick in the 340. Thought about going off the lip. Now Scharfenberg in the 99 tries to go inside of Scott. No, Scott has the number 2 spot. Scharfenberg runs 3rd, Shear 4th. Scott Kralik in the number 5 spot. Now, Scott Kralik moves up in the 4th, and Megan runs 5th in car number 44, as all of a sudden Shears lost the handle on the 11. Halfway done, 4 in, 4 to go. Now Kralik trying to find some racing room around the 99 of Scharfenberg for the number 3 spot. Yellow flag out. We're green. Now, Lang, the 29's off the pace. Lang, who's your leader, off the pace down the back of the pad, moving down into the infield. So now it's Scott Kralik up front in car number 21. Kralik to get the white flag, 1 to go. Scott second, Scharfenberg third, Petrick and Megan. Off with number 4, Kralik will win it. Scott, Scharfenberg, Petrick, and Megan. So that closes the book on the Econo Sprint Heat races. There's your winner, the 21 of Scott Kralik. Okay, it'll be up to Duncan to set the pace into turn number 4. They're there, here we go. Remember, top 2 on the counts off of turn number 4. It will be Duncan up front with Clark chasing into number 8. Byron Reed runs third into number 3, and yellow flag. And here we go. This thing ain't over. Byron Reed sitting right there waiting for one of the 2 cars in front of him to make a mistake. Bobby Clark trying to shoot to the outside of Duncan, can't do it. Duncan running the bottom side. Now Clark grabs the lead. Bobby Clark in the 8 up front now. And now Duncan's going to try and hold on to that final transfer spot. The sideboard on the top wing starting to fall off. The sideboard on the Duncan car starting to warp, and here comes Byron Reed. Byron Reed goes to the outside of Duncan. And that's the spot that matters. And Reed still working on Duncan for the number 2 spot. Now Duncan says enough of that. I'm going to try for the lead as he tries to get back around Clark. Pittman off the pace on the front stretch, yellow flag. Now, Rod Pittman, who was off the pace on the front stretch, causes the yellow flag to come out. Duncan was trying to hold off Reed, and then Duncan started challenging Clark again for the top spot. Okay, watch him get set to come to the cone. We're back under green. Just like that, Reed sweeps the outside and grabs the number 2 spot away from Duncan. Off before they come, Duncan trying to come back and Reed. 3-car battle up front, down the back stretch they go. The off of 4, white flag out, 1 to go. Clark, Reed, and Duncan. Duncan trying to work the bottom down in 1 and 2 to reel in Reed. Into 3 for the final time. Here they come off at turn number 4. Checkered flag out, be Clark and Reed. So Bobby Clark and Byron Reed transfer into the A main. Some good race in the last half of that one. Here they come. Oh, Jimmy Johnston trying to move up to the bottom, but Stover takes the number 2 spot behind Rod Morgan. So Morgan up front, Stover, Johnston. Top 2 have pulled away from the rest of the field. Smacks the wall for good measure on the front stretch. Rocky Allen going back to the pits in the 7X. So Rod Morgan, Landon Stover about a half a track advantage over the rest of the field. Dayton goes pit side in car number 2X. So this one's basically turned into a hot lap session for the top 2 cars. They'll get the white flag this time, 1 to go. Checkered flag, Morgan and Stover go in. Field looks set, 8 laps is the distance will go. Here they come. And just like that, Art Ball grabs the point and he'll lead lap number 1. Art Ball, your leader. Steinmetz in the number 2 spot. Martini running 3rd. Brickner 4th in the 7-11. Art Ball already with a straightaway advantage in car number 01. Here's your battle for second, Martini and Steinmetz. Like Martini will grab the spot in the 45. Already Art Ball hitting lap traffic as he has about, again, a half a track lead. Martini 2nd, Steinmetz 3rd, Brickner 4th. White flag up, 1 to go. And Art Ball will win it in car number 01. Martini will come home second in the 45. Third spot will go to Steinmetz in the 77 with Brickner fourth in the 711. Okay, field is set. Okay, 8 laps. Here we go. Hogan will grab the early lead in car number 75. Reidenball in the number 2 spot. Walton runs third, Shear fourth. Lang in the number 5 spot. Walton into the infield in car number 4W. So Hogan still up front, Shear second in car number 11B. Reidenball third, Lang fourth, Detweiler in the number 5 spot. This time off at turn number 4, the white flag will come out, 1 to go. Battle back there for the number 3 spot between Lang and Reidenball. Off the 4, checkered flag out. Hogan will win it. Shear second. Lang third, 4th spot going to Reidenball in the 5th spot. Going to go to Detweiler in car number 3D.
A quick break. Fans, you want to take out your 50-50 tickets?
Say, come on, Bob, I'll stand up and wave it to them as we get ready to send this field off. Again, going to give them a couple of laps on by, show them your appreciation. These guys working hard in the cold temperatures. Tools are hard to handle back there with the cold hands. So an interesting lineup, some quick cars there drawing the high numbers. You got Jacobs coming from the middle of the pack, Keegan from the number 6 row. And you got it, there they are, there's the 1 lap to go. So race fans, make some noise for these guys. They get ready to go for their 25 lap feature event. Saldana up on the pole in car number 17. We'll see if he's the rabbit in this one, see if anybody can go with him. The field gets set to enter turn number 4. They are there, green flags out, here we go. Just like that, Saldana goes to the top side, grabs the lead down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Off at turn number 4, it'll be Saldana. Schroeder in the number 2 spot. Danny Smith and Gimenoff comes to a stop at the bottom of turn number 4. Yellow flag. Yellow flag out. The number 15 of Chad Kemenall. The car stopped at the bottom of turn number 4. Okay, let's watch them. Here they come, green flags out. Saldana picked the front end up on the start, goes to the top side and again, grabs the lead down the back chute. And a couple of cars hanging there in the back of the pack. Bobby Clark in the 8th. Newmeister goes off the high side and turns car number 11 in. And also looks like the 2M of Landon Stover. Okay, keep your fingers crossed. Hopefully third time's a charm. Smith in the number 4, shoots up the number 2 spot around Schroeder. While Saldana grabs the early lead. Kane next in car number 78, running in the number 4 spot with Jacobs in number 5 position. Saldana already opening up a big advantage over the second place car of Danny Smith. Already your leader coming up on slower traffic on lap number 4. Your lead car hitting slower traffic, Scott Miller off pace, red flag, car upside down in turn number 2. Repke, the car over in turn number 2. And looks to be okay. They righted the car up already before the ambulances even got there, so Alvin must be okay inside there. Go green, they all must stay single file through the cone, no passing before you get to the cone. Just like that, Saldana again opens up the advantage over the second place car. So Saldana, Smith, Schroeder, Kane, now Leonard Lee in the number 5 spot. Here comes Keegan in the X. Now Jacobs goes back around Leonard Lee for the number 4 spot, the number 5 spot. Lee 6, Keegan 7. Saldana now coming up on the back markers. Side-by-side battle for the number 3 spot. Kane tries to do a slide job on Schroeder. Kane up in the 3rd. So it's Saldana up front. Danny Smith running 2nd. Kane 3rd. Schroeder 4th. Jacobs in number 5 spot. Jacobs now takes fourth away from Schroeder. Schroeder going back to the pits. Here comes Danny Smith. Smith in number 4, trying to close the gap on Saldana. Cars running side by side in front of your leader. Saldana splits the difference, puts a lap on Wilson and Kemenoff. Danny Smith again closes in on your leader. Kane still runs third, Leonard Lee fourth, Jacobs fifth, Keegan sixth. Now Danny Smith right there in striking distance, looks to the inside of Saldana, side by side off of 4. Smith picks the front end up and takes the lead. Danny Smith, your new leader. Saldana now running second. Kane starting to close the gap in third. Danny Smith now working lap traffic, goes the inside of Kern. Having a hard time getting around the 28 of Kern. A car off the top of 1 and 2. See if the car comes back on the racetrack. Now Smith finally gets around the slower car. Saldana still second, Kane third. Fourth spot is Lee, fifth is Jacobs. Sixth is Mark Keegan. Again, a car off at turn number 2. Right now, it is all Danny Smith as he stretches the lead over Saldana. 5 to go, that time by. The 5 lap to go, 6, and we'll give it to your field. Here's your battle for second between Saldana and Kane. Kane smacks the wall on the front chute. Danny Smith still out in front. The battle for second continues between Saldana and Kane. This time off the turn 4, your leader gets a white flag. 1 to go. Final lap. Danny Smith works the back straightaway for the final time into turn number 3. Off the turn number 4, checker flag out. Danny Smith will win it. Second spot to Saldana, third to Kane. Fourth spot to Leonard Lee, fifth to Jacobs, sixth to Keegan.
Check, test. Go Danny Smith picking up the feature win as he gets around Saldana. There he is, race fans. Your winner, Danny Smith. Put your hands together for him. Danny, I think it was a rocket ship. Was it as fast as it looked?
After about 5 or 6 laps, it took off. And I don't know what it was. We had Hoosier tires on. I think we were the only one with Hoosier tires on the feature. They've been really good here lately in the last month or so, and it just knocked down circles over. I just want to thank all the people for coming out in the wintertime weather. Kind of makes it all worthwhile.
Hey, Kim, well, it's a good start to the year. Heading up to, or down to Eldora then tomorrow night, so this gives you a little bit of a boost going down there.
Yeah, I got a little momentum going into the Eldora, and going there you need everything you can get. It's a tough place, but tough racetrack tonight.
out of the car and makes this all possible?
Well, I'm doing it mostly out of my pocket. I got NAS contractors from Australia. He helps me a little bit. Tigers and of course, all my products, my sponsors, stuff. Another good car. Pro Shocks, my shade ranger, perfect.
We're going to see you some more of these Friday shows. We like seeing you out here.
Yeah, I think I'll come back next week. It's a lot of fun.
All right, thanks a lot, Dan. Your feature winner, Danny Smith.
Front row, the K60. Bobby Foster trying to pick up his first career Econo Sprint feature win, starting on the pole. Everybody watched the 312 of Linder as he ripped the field last year. Here we go. Twirly but won't stay green as Foster in car number 1 will lead him after lap number 1. Scott in the number 2 spot. Scott trailing third in car number 21. Then you have Jody Keegan and Mike Linder. A couple of cars go on the high side of turn 1 and 2. Justin Hetrick off the track in a 340. Yellow flag. The 21 is Scott Kralik, along with Jody Keegan in 3rd and 4th, with Mike Linder running 5th. When your leader reaches the cone, the back straightaway will throw the green flag. Linder makes quick work of Keegan. Now Mike Linder up to the number 3 spot as they freight train down the back straightaway to turn number 3. Off at turn number 4, it's still Foster up front. Scott going down to the bottom. Now Linder top side moves up in the number 2 spot. Linder looks for the low side, and he will grab the lead off at turn number 4. Linder up front, Foster second. Scott in the number 3 spot. Now Scott tries to take over second. Foster fights him off the outside. They go wheel to wheel into turn number 3. And Scott will take the spot away. So while Linder checks out, you got Scott second. And now Kralik in the number 3 spot with Foster 4th. Jody Keegan now takes 4th as Foster goes back to 5th. Slight job, Kralik in the number 2 spot. Heck of a race going on back there for the number 2 spot. As Scott and Keegan just about get together. Keegan now gets up on the cushion. Scott grabs the spot back and they continue to duke it out for the number 3 position. Meanwhile, Linder has a 3/4 straightaway advantage. Now Keegan in the K60 takes 3rd spot away from Scott in the 37. Megan smoking down the front straightaway. Kralik getting hung up behind slower traffic. Armbruster right there in car number 73. So right now you have Linder up front as Megan goes the infield. Linder your leader. Scott Kralik in the number 2 spot. Jody Keegan 3rd. Brian Scott 4th. and Joe Armbruster in the number 5 spot. Mike Linder gets the 5 lap to go signal that time by. 15 in, 5 to go. Yellow flag, yellow flag. Hetrick in the 340, stopped the top of turns 1 and 2. Six to go, we're back under green. Five to go as Kralik better get on it if he wants to take a shot at your leader. The laps begin to wind down, and Leonard holds on to that about 4 or 5 car length advantage. And this looks like it's Linder's for the taking. White flag out, 1 to go. Final lap. Into turn number 3, Keegan gonna take a last shot for the second spot, ain't gonna do it. Linder will win it, Kralik second, Keegan third. Scott comes home 4th, Armbruster 5th. Okay, watch him as they get set to turn him loose. Oh, look out, Affiliator slams the wall hard. He gets collected in the back end. And the red flag is going to come out. So a nasty one as Affiliator climbed the wall here on the front stretch and then got back down the racetrack and got slammed into the back end. I believe that's the 48 Olsen, the other car out there. And we're green. And Brickner slams the wall this time down the front straightaway. All right, let's see if we keep everybody off the wall this time. Okay, all right, so far so good. Chester Fitch in the 101 grabs the early lead as Bennett moves up to second in the 1B. So it's Fitch, Bennett, Steinmetz in the number 3 spot. Martini fourth, car number 45. Martini goes to the outside, takes over the number 3 spot. Here comes Art Ball, the 01 Gingrich up against the wall of the front chute. So right now it is Fitch, Bennett, Matheny, Ball in the number 4 spot. And Steinmetz running 5th. Now Ball trying to get 2 cars on the backstretch. 4 cars now battling for the top spot. Ball shoots up into second now, tries to chase down Fitch. Off the bottom of turn number 2, Art Ball goes to the front. So it is Ball, Fitch, Martini, Bennett, and Mays now running 5th in car number 96. Halfway done. Ball working his way through lap traffic. And now B. Miller off the pace in car number 2. Looks like the 2 will go pit side while Ball continues to lead him around. Gingrich off the pace on the front stretch. Gingrich trying to lift that car back to the pits, and he ain't gonna make it. Didn't take long for Art Ball to put some distance between himself and the second place car. Now he's got the yellow flag. That one makes no sense to me whatsoever. So Art Ball just about ready to put this one in the record books. The white flag is out, 1 to go. Checkered flag, it's all Art Ball. Second spot at the stripe, it'll be Mays, Martini, Bennett, and Steinmetz. Greatly appreciate it. Next Friday night, regular 3-division program. Please be careful on your way home. Have a good weekend and have a good night, everybody.
We kick off Open Wheel Wednesday with the 410 sprints in action at Attica, Ohio. Joey Saldana takes the lead at the start when they drop the green flag. On a lap 2 restart, Danny Smith will be in a white car. He passes another white car. That's Bush Schrader to take over second place. 12 laps later, Smith still on the move, passes Saldana for the lead and goes on to take the win. Todd Kane finished third. The All-Stars at Eldora in Heat 2. There's a drive way back. Might be, could be, and man, Craig Delansky is out of the park. Heat 3, Dean Jacobs battles Jim Nyer for fourth, but Byron Reed flips wildly down the front stretch. Broke his right leg in that one. The 30-lap feature, Kenny Jacobs takes off into the lead on the opening lap. And then on the 13th lap, Steve Seaver flips down the front straightaway, suffering a mild concussion. 2 laps later, Dean Jacobs and Saldana battle for the second place spot through lap traffic. But at the finish, it was Kenny Jacobs picking up his second win of the year.